Gentlemen, we set. Coach, what's some opening remarks?
Well, just disappointed in a lot of things, how we played. I can't think of anything for, about 30 minutes that I was very happy with, or how anybody was playing. But we got down and we found a way to come back and win. Give Indianapolis and Coach Gerard tons of credit. I thought they dictated the pace the entire game. Looked like the smarter, harder playing team throughout the game. And that's a team that's really good at making threes, spacing you up, having some good patience on the offensive end. They got a guy around the basket that can score. They look like the better prepared team and the team that just executed a lot better and team that wanted to win more. But again, we overcame it. We could have avoided disaster a little bit. We're going to get better, and we have a lot of improving to do, and that's starting right away.
Greg, maybe some rebounding and some defense is what got you going. I mean, I know Jordan hit some shots, Breton hit a couple shots, but that seemed to be what sustained your possessions and kept them from, finishing the job.
Yeah, they were so patient and so good on the offensive end. They shot about 50% for the game. You have to guard a long possession. They were dictating the pace tremendously. We had way too many breakdowns, mistakes by scouting report, by individuals, and not communicating like we need to. But a rebound, that gets you here, gets you an extra possession, takes one away from them. So we did do a few good things there. And we can't rely on Jordan Barnes making three after three after three. I mean, we have to be more versatile in our attack, and I know we can be. But we got to have guys stepping up too, guys stepping up and play better, because we're not getting the contributions that I think we will get, that we should get, that we need to get for us to be a good team. So there's a lot of ways that this team can get better, and we got to stay together. Hold each other accountable, play with a sense of urgency more, and I still believe that they'll do that.
Which players that didn't contribute today need to contribute more?
Well, you don't have Devin. Okay, so you don't have Devin. There's a guy that's been a part-time starter. Bronson didn't give us much. Murph did some good things, but you go on down the line on all those guys. I think there's guys that are starting, that are getting the majority of the minutes. We have to be able to sub and get contributions from our bench, from an Amandre, from a Clayton Hughes, from a Trey Knight, from a DeMonte. Those guys have to come. We need to have better depth, and those guys have to come in, and maybe they're playing not to make a mistake. I don't know. Maybe I'm on them too much, but I've been a guy that's come off the bench. So you got to come in there and just play your tail off and limit your mistakes, because we got to rest some of these guys. We got guys playing way too many minutes.
Their center, Dixon, was probably more influential than his numbers would suggest. I mean, they kicked the ball down to him, and then they kind of worked him almost as a pivot to their cutters. Was it disappointing? And he was also able to push Murph around a little bit, at times, even after Murph kind of tweaked his ankle a little bit.
Well, our scouting report had him going to his left shoulder, in which he went that way every time. I mean, that's Dre and Murph. That's something they have to be able to do to combat. And if a big dude like that, we always tell them, if they bang you once, you hold your ground, keep your hands free. If they initiate that contact again, take a charge. Take a charge. And we also have to be better with Murph and Dre are two. They just go in and stand behind guys. They have to fight them off there and not let them get the position that they want. They have to do a better job with that. They're putting themselves behind the 8 ball a little bit by where they allow the guy they're guarding to catch it.
You mentioned Devin Thomas. Why did he sit out there?
He's had a little knee issue. He and Connor have been doing a lot of treatment. He's been trying to do some things, but just talking to Dr. Clotwhite and Connor, we thought it'd be best if we could give him a couple days of rest here to get him healthier. And it's been frustrating for him. It's been frustrating. He hadn't played as well as he'd like, but also he's got that knee he's dealing with, so that's a difficult thing. But he'll be back. It's nothing that would require surgery or anything.
Stan was in here and he said that his team had lost, now it's 3 in a row, but had lost 2 in a row coming in, and he kicked his team out of the locker room. He said they don't have the right to be in the locker room, I think is what he said. Have you ever considered measures like that?
Well, Stan came in down to the coach's locker room. He and I spent a lot of time in there when we worked together, and he was telling me about it. He said he had hardly talked to him for a couple days, didn't give him a pregame meal. Tough loving them a little bit, because they have a sense of entitlement. Our guys do too. I think they're all spoiled. They have to be able to. They're good guys, but they have to be able to appreciate what they have and not be too comfortable in the way they are. I've considered it. I probably could have at halftime today, just let them all get out of there. they're going to respond. They're going to respond. We're going to find a way. Stan's a tough dude, and he's always been like that. And he got his team to respond in a big way with how he's been to him in practice the last couple days.
Coach, another close game down the stretch. How nice was it just to be on the other end of that, coming away with a win?
It's nice to win, but I can't see much nice in how we played today. Got taught a little lesson, and I'm tired of us losing lessons. We were talking too much. It's got to come with action. The players have to do that amongst themselves. They have to coach each other. They have to coach each other better. They have to hold each other more accountable. And as a head coach, I got to find a way with them. We got to create some leadership. We got to create guys that are playing with a better sense of urgency, better preparing themselves and getting ready for games. It's always been a strength because my assistants are so good. We always have a really good plan, but we have not followed it like we need to as much, and we'll get better at that too.
You guys struggle from the free throw line throughout a lot of this game. How significant was that to kind of the way this game went?
Well, it's tough, and that was pretty much just Amandre, and he needs to work on it more, plain and simple. He needs to work on it more. We'd like to play off of he and Murph a little bit, but you got to be able to go and make them pay, from the free throw line, and to too many empty possessions. You're fighting like crazy to win a game or come back or keep the lead, and if you're having empty possessions when you're getting fouled, you're getting things accomplished that you want. That's tough. You got to step up there and bury two and go down and guard them without fouling.
Brenton made a couple big plays late in the game to keep you guys there and ultimately put you guys ahead. What did you like about his contribution late in the game?
Well, he just kept playing. He kept playing. Finally made a shot. He's struggled a little bit lately, his shooting percentages, and he knows it. Nobody works harder on shooting a basketball than he does. It's at the defensive end that we need to have him being a little sharper and be a leader. He's got to concentrate and focus a little bit better on what we're trying to do at that. Offense is going to come. Guys are going to get him shots. He's going to get shots on his own. I'm not worried about the offense at all, other than him just taking a good shot. But he's got to be a good defender for us.
You mentioned trying to get a little bit of a spark from guys off the bench. Matt Deity went in and played a few minutes and got some points. What did you think of his effort?
The entire staff's always wanted to get Matt in there, and I hope he takes it and runs with it a little bit. He came in and we had a lack of a communication. It wasn't so much, it was between he and another teammate, and we gave up a couple threes there. So when he comes in, he can't make mistakes either. But Matt plays his tail off all the time. He's a tough kid. It'd be nice to, especially with Devin out, we're going to need some help in there when Bronson isn't playing as well as he needs. Matt will go in there and compete and rebound.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks, guys.
Coach, thanks.